Hi guys. This first video is going to be a 3v1 with no PvE assistance. But first of all, I want to explain myself a little bit. This is an old video. This is an old build. This is old recordings because I have broken my PC, or something has, and my motherboard and graphics card has been replaced with a very old and slow version. That's a 1030, I suppose, and a H61 Asus motherboard, micro ATX, I think. Anyways, that's besides the point. The thing is, I'm unable to record videos right now, which is a shame, because I've got so many good builds and ideas that I'd like to sort of put on video, but I can't. Mainly I just wanted to display a build I've been working on that is inspired by Mocha Latte. You should all check him out. I'm sure many of you already have. He's become quite a talking point around with the small invader community, and rightfully so. He's made a very interesting and efficient build using the offhand hand axe, which I would encourage people to check out, because it's quite scary when you look at it in action. So yeah, check out his videos. I was going to do something similar, and I was going to explain why I wouldn't do it exactly the same or even slightly the same. That's an idea for a different video. I also have some thoughts on the higher levels and quality builds and some of the more aggressive, focused, high level builds that I have. I know I haven't shown anything over a soul level 100 before, but I actually have a couple of soul level 100 plus builds that I use mainly for warming up and PvE and stuff, and I considered taking them PvPing, and I wondered if you could do PvE builds in PvP. It's difficult, but I can do it. I'm sure I can. Yeah, this is also a funny invasion. I thought, if you were paying attention to the video, I wouldn't. That's a disconnect. A 3v1 disconnect without enemy assistance. That's something special right there. Yeah, so I also wanted to just keep my channel active and working, and you know, if that means throwing up some clips of a lower quality than I would rather, then I suppose I'll just tank that for now. I just want to have something going up on my channel, and it's hard. It's fun to make videos, and I like it, and I like editing, and I like narrating, and I'm slightly sort of trying to get better at it, but it's really hard still, and it can go like weeks between me actually doing any work, because I have so much else on my plate with school and work and everything. But I really don't want this channel to die. I think this is something I could really keep doing into, like, the death of Dark Souls 3. You know, it's inevitable, it's gonna come, and you know, the inevitable remastered versions that are going to crop up. Probably not going to see one of Dark Souls 2, but you know, maybe we'll see one of Dark Souls 3, a revival, remaster, or something like that. But that's just maybe. Anyways, back to this invasion I was looking at. This is a interesting sort of invasion in that the host is AFK, very obviously. The only help he has is a yellow phantom, and the phantom is trying his best to kill me, because if he doesn't, they're both dead. But I'm putting up a little bit of a fight here, because I want him to see me killing his host. I want to kill this phantom first, even though I could have just gone up and killed the host right away. I want to kill this phantom first, because I want this to be some sort of challenge, you know, a little game we play, and that right there, that was an actual factual bait. I wanted him to go for this first R1 because I was sure I could run around, backstab it even when locked on. And that's the funny thing about those twin weapon, is that they have the vertical R1, which is easy to run around. Ironically, such as also the shield break weapon art with the straight sword. Super easy to run around, backstab even when locked on. So yeah, that one was not a particularly eventful invasion, I'll say, but you know, it's a funny little anecdote I'll put in there. This invasion, you might not believe this, what I'm going to say now, but I rarely ever get 4v1. Almost never. I very rarely get 3v1s. This video is pretty much all the 3v1s I had. I think there are 3 or 4 in this. But this started out as looking like a 3v1. It's a Dragon Bro and a White Phantom of some sort. And I thought it was going to be a 3v1 with 2 overleveled Phantoms, which is one of the more difficult kinds of matchups. Now the host is bowing, so I'm thinking perhaps they want to fight. Just look at this. Tell me what that means. That's a proper bow. I give them a bow back. The white also bows, and now I'm getting worried. So obviously this is not going to be one of those rare fights where the group of phantoms just gather around and watch the host beat the shit out of some poor invader, or vice versa. This is going to be a proper gang. So I run away. Obviously that's what you gotta do in a gang. You gotta run away a lot. Unless you're Project Goof, you're gonna run away. So yeah, I thought I saw the invader here, and turned out not to. That's maybe. I noticed they aren't following me. That's also a worry, because I didn't see any shortcuts open, and I know they aren't going the other way. They seem to just be in the bonfire room. This time I spend usually waiting for another invader, but invading in this area, you rarely get good people. Hopefully we'll get some proper invaders in here. I'd like to see some of the PS4 squads getting off their asses and buying a proper PC and joining me in these invasions. That would be fun. There you go. First White Phantom is a parry spammer. That's good to know. They all got great swords. They're all coming after me. They're all going to be properly dangerous if they get me stunlocked. Unless it's a running attack that stunlocks me, in which case I'm probably more dangerous than them. So I hold them up for a little bit here, but I'm not even going to pretend to hang around here. This is so silly. I just gotta run. I gotta run until I find something that can stop them. And you're not going to find anything in the graveyard. The first enemy that can pose a little bit of a problem is this one. He's not going to stop them, so I'm just going to run up to the fellow invader, which I found here, the Fallen Knight Bro, and that already makes me worried. White there is still trying to parry, even though I'm not even targeting him. Sign of a great parrier, I suppose. Target a wide selection of Phantom here with the Perseverance Maze spam, because it just fucks up groups like that. But I can't hang around, and now the invader has died, so I really can't hang around here. Grave Warden joins the fun, but it's not going to last. But yeah, if I manage to split these people up even better than I have, maybe I would have been able to sort them out in more of a by the book sort of fashion. What I end up doing is usually abusing the bottlenecks and perseverance spamming, because that's a super efficient way to apply this build. Seeing as this build has a rapier as a main, that is not a very good group weapon, and I'll stand by it. I'll just stick to it and try to use it to its fullest, because something's going to break. Either I'm going to get better or I'm going to give up, and I'm never giving up. Well, I managed to proc the host with the toxic mist, so this is where the invasion sort of turns really. Now the host panics, he tries to kill me very quickly, and that means he has to get into the enemies and aggro some of them, because he doesn't want to die before I die, because he wants to have some moss dropped by one of his high level friends, but I'm not going to let him. I'm just going to run past all these mobs. If the toxic mist doesn't kill him, it will at least whittle him down very seriously and I can move in. Well, it turns out it did kill him. I don't know how he died, but it was me. It was all me. So that's a good way to win these invasions. Surgical strike, I call it. It's when you just move in and kill the host instantly. Yeah, well, I might have missed a lot of souls from all those overlevel phantoms, but you know, I'll manage, I think. This next invasion here is basically just a 1v1. I like just including some of these because I like to see how I deal with single players. I tend to go for the sort of parry spamming aesthetic, if you will, but I'm really not spamming. It's more sort of prediction and also missing parries because of latency. But I don't want to give the impression that I parry spam a lot. I can do other things. I can space quite neatly, and I can apply pressure when I need to. And I can do the backstab fishing stuff. It's not easy, but I can. But mostly I just like landing parries because I like to teach people not to get themselves parried. And when I whiff a parry, that's essentially a lesson. Well, you know, that's me exaggerating the point a bit, of course, but you know, I don't want to admit to being an actual parry spammer. That being said, it does make a lot of sense to try for parries at low levels because there's very little punishment for doing so, as many invaders have said with scorn at hosts and phantoms. But of course, it also goes for invaders. There's very little actual punishment in the 1v1 at least, especially from someone with a great big weapon who can't apply proper pressure like you should, like this, which is great, and being able to do all the other things, all the tech that you need to win invasions and win 1v1s, being able to do that sort of, I feel, excuses me for missing a lot of parries. It's all about practice, and some things I master quicker than other things. Now this is another kind of strange encounter I had. It's essentially what I first think is a very newbie player. I meet him here up with the Estus shard. He runs back, I think, to the bonfire, but he hasn't actually opened the doors. He doesn't seem to know that he can open the doors, or either he does and doesn't dare to go for them because he's played Dark Souls 2. I point to the doors and I explain to him that I want him to open them because I like to coin myself a nice invader, you know. I like to give people a chance, give them a fighting chance, and also if I feel that I'm going to win, I also like to know that I didn't completely fuck up everything they have worked for. I know that's my job and all, but you know, I just, you know, if there's a lone host who seems to be able to fight you and willing to fight you, I'd rather just let them have the bonfire so that they could fight me more confidently and give me a better run. which I find is much more interesting than chasing someone around for 5 minutes and whittling them down. Giving them a bonfire just gives them the confidence they need to keep fighting. And he's got a great shield which is hugging really well, so I'm going to have to switch to the mace here. Not because I need to beat him quickly or cheese him, but because simply I need to chip through the shield and do some stamina damage to him. And he's reasonably, well, you know, he fights at least, that's what I want. I want someone who fights, I don't want someone who runs away, that's just boring. Well, he tries at least. I'm punishing him and I'm giving him the hell, but I'm not going in full on because, you know, it's just not needed. He sprints away, I just jog after just to let him open some space, teaching him that running away sometimes is the solution. Which is obvious, it is the solution. Now he does something silly. Now he summons a phantom. That's not something I taught him. So now I'm gonna turn up the aggression. You know, difficulty is scaling. You have to, if you need another phantom in the game, you need harder invaders. And I, of course, acknowledge this as an invader. I should be making my best effort to kill the host all the time. But I usually don't make an effort to kill the host unless it's really, really necessary, and that is unless they've given me a goddamn good reason for me to try hard. And that is, and usually that's only when they've got a lot of phantoms in. 2 phantoms, that's decent enough. I'll cheese you if I can. But I'm not always gonna have. I'm not gonna take you far into the enemies, at least. I don't need to take you through the entire level just to beat 2 people. That's overkill again. So I'm gonna just fight them like I do, harassing and teasing and trying to proc toxic on them because, you know, it's just silly, and I don't have any. I don't seem to have any enemy backup, so I think it's fair that I use some scrub tactics and try to cheese them. Also, the summoned in phantom has golden jewels and sort of is a PvP at least novice, and he's from Japan. So you really knew what you were doing all along, didn't you, One Punch Man? You knew you were going to struggle with the PvP, so you summoned in your PvP god friend who has golden in arena for some god-awful reason. I don't know what happened there. He must have been using a cheese build or the lag or whatever. Can't parry him for shit. He's got some good combos. The Lothric Knight Longspear, of course, has the R1 and really good R2 combo, but it also has an R1 into L2 combo, which is, I think, true combo, and with the Leo ring it can one-shot people, so why not just use that, I suppose. So, One Punch Man here runs away. He could have won the invasion if they had just double-teamed me and played cautiously. But he runs away, and now the Phantom runs after him, and I'm not quite sure what's happening here. So I follow him into the church. Maybe One Punch Man wants to repent for his sins and give me a 1v1. But no, he's stationary, pointing into a corner, not sure what he's doing. He seems to be AFK, but it's too hard to believe that someone would just go AFK in the middle of an invasion. So I go up and backstab him just to test out how AFK he is. Perhaps his controller broke. Which is funny, that's actually happened to me a couple of times. My controller's just disconnected itself and I stand there like an idiot and getting killed by absolutely rubbish hosts in invasions. Which, super embarrassing. But here I can just relax because this guy just doesn't stand a chance when he has to protect someone like that. Escort missions are trash, everyone knows it. This is what I consider to be a very lucky invasion. This is a 3v1. There's never gonna come another invader to help me, but I don't need one because the group here does all the work for me. They sort of allow themselves to split up, and also Summoning Bro here has no health. So I dispatch him very quickly, and for some reason the host hasn't come to help him. He just runs past. So it's another 1v1. That's almost ideal. That's perfect actually. And the only better thing is that this could have occurred in the middle of a lot of enemies. I have no idea what they were thinking, but these people are extremely easy to kill 1v1, but they can be extremely hard to kill 2v1. And now the host is just standing there, and he's just standing there. Now he's running away. I'm genuinely surprised at this invasion because I did not expect to win it when I saw 2 password summoned phantoms and a host with a lot of twink drop gear. You know, once in a blue moon and all that, host goes down this blind path here. I think I can stop him with the mace. I thought he was going to turn and attack me because obviously that's what you're going to do when you're cornered. But no, he just runs past. Obviously doesn't get hit because I hit Perseverance in anticipation. He just runs. And now I'm thinking, yeah, sure, he's going to run back and summon. So I'm going to have to just kill him very quickly. Foolishly, I do not swap to my rapier build. I just keep the mace on because I like the roll catching potential of the mace because it's nice and chunky and hits hard. And I just want to kill him, and I go for the most damaging weapon, which is, it's not necessarily the smartest thing. You want to go for the weapon where you have the highest chance of hits and damage per second. Which is why I now switched to the rapier, because if I land a critical with the rapier, it's really all over. But if I land a critical with the mace, it doesn't really matter. That's almost a doubling of the damage when I hit him with the rapier. I'm not quite sure what he's doing, you know? He stops up and picks up things, falls for very obviously out of stun parries. So he's new, but I can't really forgive him because he has got a lot of twink drop gear, which he's not earned. So I need to kill him, and I can't show any mercy because he had 2 phantoms over leveled in this area. It's not even difficult. You just run past all the enemies. It's easy. See, you could run past me. You could run past the entire level without being hit once by the PvE. And for some reason you need 2 phantoms to clear the level. I don't understand this. With all this skill at rolling, how can you ever lose health in this game? Well, with all that skill at rolling, you can get roll catch. Little bitch. I don't come back either. Don't do embers, kids, as Saint Wright would say. Don't do embers. Now last invasion for today. I'd like to this is just a regular 3v1 into the enemies. It's nothing spectacular. Most of the work was done by the PvE, but I did all the work, etc, etc. Just want to spend some time just thanking a lot of people who have been commenting on my videos and things. I'm gonna extend a thank you to everyone so far who has been commenting on my videos. Comments help a lot, and I do enjoy talking to all of you and discussing this. I want to thank a person who I fought against in a random fight club. I ran into a South Korean player. His name was Jinaigo or something. He's on YouTube here, I'll link his channel. He does some invasions and backstabs and such. He's a really cool dude and also extremely good at this game, and for some insane reason thinks I'm good at it too. I have no idea where that come from. We had some really cool skirmishes and I thought he was excellent, and he helped me a lot when it came to sort of I needed to practice how to deal with backstab fishing, and he's really good at that. He's really good at backstab fishing, so I'm very thankful for that. And I want to thank you know, I Am Amish has been very nice and generous and commenting on my videos and stuff. That's cool. That's really nice of you. I know you probably, you know, to me, you're a big sort of YouTuber, you know. Ooh, 600 subscribers now. I've got like what, 20? But you know, that's it's a generous gesture, and everything means a lot to me. So that's really cool of you. Thank you a lot. I would also like to thank the Tea Lead for being a regular commenter on my video and encouraging me, and also I took a lot of inspiration from him when I made my montage. I thought it's only fair to mention that. So thank you a lot. And I also like to thank Mokalata for the he actually saw the Twink video I did, decided to take me up on the challenge, and absolutely humiliated my efforts at doing non-Twink invasions by just simply destroying everything with his offhand hand axe build. Anyways, thank you so much, everyone who comments and have commented on my videos. I really truly appreciate everything, and I'm gonna keep making videos on behalf of you guys.